Excellent. Hello, Christian.
Hello, Aldo.
We're very much looking forward to talk to you quickly with about Engel auf Erden, the angel on earth, no?
Mhm.
What is the philosophy and what is pink maceration? Can you give us a little feedback? And of course, you're from Austria.
Yeah, what's the topic with Austria?
Yeah, what's the topic with Austria? And of course, you are obviously a very prominent winemaker in the natural wine scene. And I think it's very worthwhile to mention I'm a sommelier come more from a classically trained component. And I actually truly enjoyed, getting befriended this year and developing a wonderful friendship and one thing I realized, we both get annoyed by this tribal thinking.
Yes, that's true.
And even though we not always agree at the same time, but that's called friendship, no?
Yeah. Would be the no, forget what I want to say now. It's on TV. So the thing is that the relationship between us is in the first spot. I was very interested in what is this crazy sommelier Aldo Sohm, who is famous for his collections of classic wines and Burgundy Grand Cru lover. What is this guy searching in my life? So this was one of the questions I was asking myself very often, but I think it was the fascination for each other's philosophy and interest in wine, and what we were uniting, what is uniting us was the search for the Holy Grail in wine. We both are searching for the Holy Grail. We are searching for extraordinary, outstanding, and unique wines that are comfortable and fresh on our tongue and make fun for us and feel us good. And this is what both are searching for. Aldo is in the classic wine world, and me is in the other one. So I always said I don't like this tribal idea because we both are wine lovers. A wine lover is a wine lover. It's very easy, no?
And I get annoyed because I think we have to build this bridge and get people together.
Yes.
I think that's a very important part rather than separating people. It's wine. Wine should be fun.
Yeah, it's like that. And the more people understand also what is my mind for wine, I think the better understanding for this whole miracle of natural wine and this kind of topic is also good for people to understand, no?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we had this philosophy over Campari Orange. I think that's also very important to mention because the irony was not missed in there.
Yeah.
Because it was so odd to drink for both of us, we had two.
Yes.
And the journey developed from there.
Yeah, so, it was a good start. And in the end, Aldo made me to taste special wines that were quite good. I did not expect. But let's start with the pink maceration topic for Engel auf Erden.
Yes.
It's a method that I developed over the years because long history of rosé making with my father, and he still loves rosé wines. And we have the Himmel auf Erden rosé, and then I was missing something that is connecting the rosé with the red wine. And so I found this method, or I developed this method over many years because I was failing a lot in the end. In the end, it has always been red wine and not the wine that I wanted, which is saying a very intense rosé wine, but not a red wine. And I think with the Engel auf Erden, it was more or less the first time that a barrel and a special plot of vineyard worked out like this. And so we bottled it separate, and the result is in the glass. And yeah, a short idea for the method. It is a very long maceration, from 5 to 6 weeks maceration, but without extracting it. So the tannins, the big tannins, they stay in the skins and are not in the juice after. And then as usual, very careful pressing, really careful. The pressing takes very long because it's only pressing with the power of a handshake. So if you have a strong handshake, that's my pressing. Easy. Just get the nicest things out of the grapes. And then you have a wine like this. Very easy.
Now, in our part of our discussion, you mentioned your father,
Mm-hmm.
which is obviously a very strong influence in your life.
Of course, he's my father. You know, the influence is big.
No, but what I'm leading into this, he said you start because of his love for rosé.
Yes.
You start exploring this topic.
I started exploring and also to prove him that I'm able to make a fantastic rosé. When I took over, my first idea was I quit and cancelled his and also then my rosé production. No more rosé, because I said a rosé is not a wine. This is something for strange people, I said. And after some years, I think after 5 years, he got me while saying, "Hey, Christian, my friends say that you're a good winemaker, but rosé, you can't make a rosé. You don't know how to do it." And then I said, "Okay, I will show you. I make better rosé than you ever were dreaming of." And then I made it, and it was a big success in the end. Yeah. And this was how I came into the rosé.
Yeah, but the bridge to me is, and I think I've tasted with you rosé in Ilmitz.
Yeah.
But when people see rosé, especially here in the United States, they see, of course, immediately the rosé from Provence, which is a whole different thing. And not to judge that in that sense, it's more just, because to me, I explore this always on flavors and what is the terroir and what does the wine do on you? What is your emotional response with it? And I was kind of, it's a rosé which makes you think. And I like to also eat with it. Now, the Engler Werden with pink maceration, obviously people see immediately rosé, and this looks very differently, obviously. Now, you have obviously no problem to have something which is different.
No, I somehow feel that it's my main job to make different stuff, to develop new kind of wines, to create it, to invent something like this. No? I wanted to also show what is possible in my universe. This is my universe. Look what I can do with these vineyards, with this treatment of vineyards, and with these fantastic systems that I've developed for pressing and vinification. And back to the vineyards, here I can show you a photo. The vineyard most of it is the double planting system, which says it's 2 vines side by side. So this is maximum of competition, which is leading to lower alcohol because of slower developing of sugar and more developing of aromatic. I quickly show you.
Oh, great.
Here you have the 2 vines side by side. You have 2 rootstocks. Maybe one goes here and one goes there. And usually you have only 1 vine on this 1 square meter. So they have to divide everything they find, water, minerals, and whatever. So the result is smaller berries, smaller grapes. They are more loose. And therefore, there is also more intense tannin and different kind of tannin in the skin. So very good for my developing.
So I obviously, when we went into your vineyard, I've noticed something interesting, and then I share this quickly on the screen because I was quite astonished because I've never seen anything like this before. Is when you look through that vineyard, and I made a little video of it, which I cannot share yet, but the planting system is quite set up in a different way.
Yes, it was the calculation of the angle of the sun in the middays when the sun is the strongest. So it's the strongest around 12, 1 o'clock, 11. So we were calculating the angle, and we were calculating the planting and the distance of the X and the Y of the wines to have full shadow in this time. So it will just shadow each other, especially in the midday, and this is very good. You remember, Aldo, we were touching the
Great.
grapes
The
in
bunches,
this
yeah.
time, the bunches, and I mean you could easily feel just by the hand there was a difference of 10 degrees or something. No?
Yeah. The sunny
Yeah.
side was really warm and the other side was really cool.
Yes.
But of course, it looks a little unorthodox in the first view because I've never seen a trailing system like that.
Yeah. It was.
And,
Yeah.
and I expected it also to look the vineyard much wilder.
Yeah, you were seeing it at the time when we were cutting the grasses and herbs.
Yeah.
I think 1 week after you have seen the vineyards, so they looked like fresh cut. But this is not that important. The importance is the quality of the soil, and therefore we are spreading humus like crazy. And compost is one of my crazy ideas in the last years. I mean, I could easily found a company with my compost stuff. You know?
I know you were saying, and this is how you encounter climate change, no?
Yes, that's one of my early reaction on the idea of more heat and less water. So find a system where you can say, I believe this is the future.
Yeah.
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 But what I want to say to this new system of vineyard, I just was thinking about it also in terms to have later ripening. Every week that the grapes are longer on the wines before the harvest is more aromatic. The thing is, what can I do? What is possible, or what can I make not to explode the sugar in this time? So this is one of the future problems I think we will have also with climate change, because you need more time for aromatics, but at the same time more time would also mean more sugar. So you need to slower the sugar production. In my case, I want to make dry wines, so lower the sugar, so it's more time left for aromatic developing. Very important, I think, for the future, not to have flat wines. You know, this early harvested stuff to get rid of the heat. You know, people have to harvest earlier because the sugar levels go up because of the heat, and so the wine did not have time to develop good aroma, and then the wines, of course, are missing a certain palate feeling, or you know what I mean. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
comes the next problem. Then you have to find somebody in the cellar who can improve this wine. Yeah, that's no.
So the angle of Erden.
Yeah.
What I think, what I need to pull back in again, because it's interesting before we forget that, because the uniqueness about the Burgenland is one thing, that you have here the Lake Neusiedl.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the really major influencers, no, for
Oh,
you?
nice. This is a picture. I did not see it. Yeah, the blue in the end is the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
And it's so fascinating. You have always a little wind coming in up there, no?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep. So the Engel of Erden, which has a rather unique label. I put it up here, and I think this was the original idea. Is that correct?
Yes, this was the first idea for the label, and then I tasted the wine side by side to this label, and I thought the wine, the label is way too, what should I say? It's way too innocent for this wine, and so I show it to a friend of mine who is actually one of Austria's well-known cabaretists, and he's very drawing a lot, and so he made this makeover, and I really love it. So and the plan is for every year, for every edition, he will make a new draw over.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes. As you
what?
know, I have a big sense for things like this, and I'm not afraid to make every year a new one. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, you're very artistic.
Yeah, this is something I have inside me. I can't change.
Yeah. No, no.
It would be cheaper not to be, but
So
yeah.
that being said, what should one experience, or what would you want to give someone with it to drink the Engel of Erden?
It could be nice.
Because it's not a rosé, but it's also it's an interesting. It's not red either. It's something in between, and the aromatic profile is so different.
Pink maceration, so it has the freshness of a rosé, but the structure of a light red wine. So if you feel like special and you feel for a special drink and you have some spicy Korean barbecue or spicy Szechuan or whatever, this wine is the wine for you. This is very simple to say. Or if you need a friend, open it. He will be your friend for maybe 1 hour. Yeah.
It's what I found fascinating was the wine has this really generous, concentrated, and rich fruit, but the wine has such an easy drinkability.
Yes, but it's also,
And it's straight.
yeah, it's a vertical wine. No, it's vertical. It's
Yeah.
not horizontal. It's not going like this. It's vertical.
Yeah.
No.
It's actually a great descriptor because it's something I had to wrap my head around it at first.
Mm-hmm.
And I've drank it now over a couple of days. And it's also what's interesting because I caravaned it.
Mm-hmm.
And it evolved a little bit. And the longer it evolved, the fruit got even richer in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
But the wine is not heavy. And it has this, I mean, to me, this would be a wine which you can have for a party and you never get tired of drinking it.
Yeah, that's what people are telling me. That it's my fault that many people are drunk at a certain time because they drink.
Well, that's one thing I've learned in the Burgenland painfully. Do not go out and drink with people from Burgenland because they can drink much more than you do.
Yeah, that can be. But I always say there is people that are even drinking more than the Burgenland people. It's I don't.
Who would that be?
No, the strongest experience I have to say is with sommeliers from 2 countries. They are the strongest drinkers. Scandinavian sommeliers, they are like supermans, and then you have Czech. The Czech sommeliers, they are also incredible.
Incredible. Stronger than people from Burgenland. That's amazing.
Yeah, they are drinking more heavy than. Yeah.
That's excellent. Thank you so much, Christian. This is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to share anything with us? Did we forget anything?
I don't know. I can show my muscles or.
No.
Yeah.
I know the weather in Ilmitz is right now gray and gray.
Yes.
Foggy, rainy.
It's, yeah. Lucky wise, I don't have a sense for depression, so I'm very good.
Yeah, good, excellent. Thank you so much, and all best to Austria.
Hey, take care and big hugs to New York.
Thanks.
Ciao, Aldo.
Ciao.